Hi, it's David Herman here from Web Marketing for Dentists again. I got a good question that I wanted to give a full answer to, which was digital marketing agency or digital marketing consultant, which one should I choose? So I ended up breaking this down a little bit, and I wanted to show you something visual, partly so that it helps me while I'm talking, and partly also so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. A picture speaks 1,000 words, as they say. So I just wanted to break down what is digital marketing. I'm sure that there are things that I've left out. I've left out influencers. I think these are the main topics, for you to consider when you're doing digital marketing, certainly when you're starting. PPC, I'll start in the top right here. PPC is probably the first thing to consider because it's so quick and it's so agile. Yes, you pay for it. But there's a value to that. You pay for it, and then you get to see the rewards. If you get the kind of traffic and the kind of leads that you're hoping for, it's a great starting place. And of course, with search ads, it's a kind of advertising that has never existed before. I mean, before Google came on the scene and had Google search, there was no way of getting into people's brains in the same way that you can get into their brains with search. Everything else is just not quite the same. It's hoping that because somebody drives a certain car or lives in a certain place, they're going to want a certain product. You don't have to do that with Google Ads because you just wait till they search on a keyword that has something to do with your business, and then you say, hey, we do that. So pretty simple. That's pay-per-click. It's very much oriented around Google ads. Instagram ads and Facebook ads are also good, but they're much more traditional style marketing. You're interrupting somebody in the middle of them doing something. They didn't want to be looking for you, but you know that they're over 50 and may have lost a tooth, so you're going to show them an implant ad. Something like that. Next is email and SMS campaigns. And these can be as rough and quick to run as just reminders to people who had treatment plans with you. Hey, that treatment plan is about to expire. Call us back to make sure you get the treatment that you need. Whatever it is, email, SMS, a few people will call, you book them, you process them. Something as easy as that. And then there's also the kinds of campaigns, especially for email, where you're doing more education. You're doing education through email over time, and you're giving them value. You're explaining things to them about procedures, probably benefits that they can accrue from doing a procedure with you. And this gets into a lot of the other areas which are all very content heavy. Social media on its own, besides the fact that you can do Facebook ads and Instagram ads, you have a Facebook account, you have an Instagram account, you have a Twitter account. If they're very quiet, you can increase the amount of content that you post there, videos that you post, blogs that you link to from there, podcasts, etc. And that's another big piece here, is just creating content in general. Even if you didn't do social media, would be valuable because people really do appreciate good content, and that is what the internet has become about: finding answers to your questions. If you're already answering your future clients' questions, they're more likely to come to you. And then this all funnels towards SEO, which is this natural, it's a natural positioning so that you're well positioned in the search engine results pages. The area here is the Google My Business area, the map part of the page. And to be there and to have good reviews is really only the beginning. Once they get to your website, they have to see that there's some content there for them to get their teeth into that tells a story about who you are and that offers them value that other people can't offer them. Now, the interesting thing when you're thinking about what you're going to start with, and most dentists are not at the point where they have all of these things going on at the same time. Or if they do, they're not all firing on all cylinders at the same time. Here's the way I like to think about it, is I draw a line, horizontal line in the middle there, and I say, basically, email, SMS campaigns and PPC can be fast. As I said, email and SMS campaigns could also be slow. You could have a 48-month email campaign if you wanted to, and that would bring in people in year 3. That's mostly not what we focus on. We focus on a lot of PPC because it's fast. You get results fast. you generate a connection with your clients fast, and then you get to do some of these other projects. But these are slow burn projects, and these are the kind of projects which, you have to trust people and commit to long-term engagements to get them moving. So these are the slow projects. You need to be with people for a long time to get proper results. And then these are the fast things where you can really kind of move things quickly through the funnel. Okay, so that talks a little bit about digital marketing, and you want to think very carefully about the kind of digital marketing that you want to do. Again, we start mostly in PPC, fast, relatively cheap, easy to calculate ROI, easy to track, lots of benefits to that. But then everything else, can fall in at the same, at the appropriate time. Okay, now let's go to agency versus consultant. So the theory is, and what I'm supposed to say because I work for an agency, is agency is bigger and it can do more, right? We've got strategy people like myself, we've got tech people, design people, that's not me, project management, I do a little bit of that, but we also have project managers, and so it's just better to be with a bigger agency. In practice, that's not quite true, because truthfully, the quality of ideas and the quality of execution is what's key, and probably the quality of results as well. And you can get those from smart people who happen to be consultants, or you can get those from smart people who happen to work for agencies. And the most important thing is to have a smart person, because good agencies and a good consultant can provide both of these things, ideas and execution. Bad agencies and a bad consultant will provide neither. They'll actually probably just be better at holding you in an unfortunate contract. So what do you do? So basically, I'm not answering the question, right? I'm not saying agency or consultant. So I'm going to say something else. When you're looking to get involved with a digital marketing entity of some sort, here's what you want to do. How do you judge your agency or consultant? Ask good questions. How do you judge if they're good, is I think what I'm saying in that question. Ask good questions, right? Here are some good questions that you can ask. Have you done this before for someone like me? I spoke to somebody recently who's a life coach. We have not done work with life coaches before. I explained that to her. She is the wife of a dentist. That's why she's coming to us. I have to say very clearly, I don't know this market. We're going to spin our wheels a lot trying to find traction. That's not our market. In dentistry, great. Give me implants, give me Invisalign, give me veneers, give me crowns, give me bridges. I've got ideas for all of those. TMJ and sleep apnea. Great. I'll do all of those. Those procedures, we've tried 20 things with each of those procedures, and we know which ones fail and we know which ones work. So have you done it before? If they've done it before, let's continue. If they haven't done it before, I think you can stop at question 1. Okay. Number 2, what were your marketing ideas? So meaning when you were with this person like me and you did some marketing for them, tell me some of your ideas. What did you do? What was the ad like? What was the offer? Was there an offer? What was the hook? Then you can also add, how quickly did you deliver the execution? That just gives you an idea of, how quickly they could get you up and running. Maybe how quickly did you deliver the execution and how quickly did the results start? Because hopefully there were results, and that gets us to question 4. What were the positive results of the campaign, right? How many patients? What procedures? Return on investment, if possible. They did $100,000 in production in the first month and only spent $5,000. Okay, that's a 20-to-1 return on investment. That sounds great. What were the other months like? Is that consistent? Is 20-to-1 something you could expect? Is that standard? What's the average for the industry? Then you get to 5. And I'm presuming that all of these are kind of working and they're giving you good feedback, because at some point you can just stop if the answers you're getting are not good. Number 5 is an interesting one. What failed and what did you learn from those failures? Ooh, I think we want to say failures, plural. That's really useful, because that's everybody will be prepared to talk about results, but often they're not able to talk about failures, and the failures may be very interesting to you. We often talk about our failures, But nobody usually asks us about it. Usually they tell us, oh, we think we'd just like to get new patients who come in and bring in their families. And usually we'll talk about the fact that has often been an ROI failure. Why? Because they're coming in and they're spending $80 to get a cleaning, and maybe they bring in their family members, maybe they don't, but you made $80. You paid $200, $300 for that patient to come in. And to get that new patient, wouldn't it have been better to get somebody to do an implant on their first visit? They could also be a new patient, but they happen to have an implant. So picking and choosing what you want to come in early so that you can get the right production in early is important. Number 6, can I speak with a client or clients that you have worked with who are like me? Testimonials, obviously important. That might be enough for you, but usually you can call those people. They're your colleagues. You're probably calling them from another town, so they'll probably speak to you if you say, you're a doctor, you're a dentist, and you want to speak to that dentist. They'll probably think it's a referral, but okay, they'll be a little sad. But talk to them. Ask for testimonials. And then finally, this is a really important one. Can I try what you do either for free or with limited risk so I can see it works for me, right? This works best, obviously, for all of the stuff we put above that red line, all the fast digital marketing stuff, pay-per-click, SMS and email that are focused on treatment plans and booking people and chasing people down so that the people who really want the work done but need a little bit more, focus, can come into your practice. So that's where it works best. And then I put here as well, the more free work, the better usually. So here's the thing with agencies. Unless agencies are terribly run, and some of them really are terribly run, I speak from experience of other people's agencies, not this one. When they are run well, they only do as much free work as they can do, knowing that they're likely to get 80% of that free work back in terms of new clients. So we have between a 70 and an 80% chance of converting any free trial that we do to a new client, to a paying client. That's a very good number, and that makes the free trial work for us, because if a free trial doesn't work, we can always say, okay, well, it doesn't matter because, they're 2 out of 10, right? The other 8 are going to work, and that pretty much makes sense financially. If they're a terrible agency and they don't know what they're doing, they might do free work and fail and keep on failing with many clients, but those people usually won't be in business for very long anyway. So the more free work you can get, the more it tells you that the agency is proud of what it does, confident of what it does, and confident that you're going to become a client. You're going to see the value of the free work that they do for you. So that's it. That's, I think, the essence of how to differentiate between digital marketing agency and consultants. And within that, between the different agencies and the different consultants, here are some questions that you can use. Hope that is useful. Thanks.